All right, so I'm about to go on my final trip of the year for work in terms of until like August, kind of academic year. And for this trip, I gotta drive a ways. I gotta drive like 6.5, 7 hours to get to where I'm going. So, alongside my spontaneous and borderline addiction to finding manga and watching anime, I thought, why don't I just stop at every single Barnes & Noble that I come across during this 7-ish hour drive? And so with that, we're going to stop at every single one in this video. I have to buy at least one volume from every store. Now, I'm probably gonna try to keep it to about one volume because, well, I don't make a ton of money and I don't get YouTube ad revenue either. So I'm trying not to break the bank this weekend. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only rule. Anyways, let's go. All right, so we made it to our first Barnes & Noble destination. Let's see what they got. Okay, so I broke my only rule that I have, and I actually bought 2 volumes. So let me get to the car and I'll show you what I got. I literally couldn't decide between the two, so I just decided to grab them both. I grabbed the second novel, The Rascal Does Not Dream Of series. This one is Petite Devil Kohai. I've seen the anime and I've really liked the anime, including the movie that came along with it. So I'm slowly starting to get the novels now and enjoying and reading those. And the other one that I grabbed is actually the first volume of the maid that I recently hired is Mysterious. Now, I've been intrigued by this because I think the covers are absolutely beautiful. The back coloring as well is gorgeous. I haven't really flipped through any of this, but I know recently I don't know if it leaked or it was officially announced that this anime was getting an anime adaptation as well. So I'm very excited for it. So I figured I'd jump the gun and maybe start reading it before the anime comes out and before maybe it becomes popular. There was only like 2 volumes in total of the series on the shelf. I don't know how far along it is. I think it's relatively new in terms of printing, but only 2 volumes. I felt like I should get it now. But now we're gonna be moving on to the second place, so buckle up, it's time to rock and roll. All right, on to checkpoint number 2. We'll see how it goes. I went ahead and bought 2 books again because I literally don't have self-control. Okay, so I bought 2 books. One of them is in the previous video that I did. I talked about Hunter x Hunter's return from the indefinite hiatus and how you should probably be getting them because they're gonna start being scalped and whatnot. So I got volume 3 of Hunter x Hunter. I did need that. And then this one is actually one that I've been looking for, but I haven't seen physically in places. I've seen a couple of people that I know post online about this. It is Magnus of the Library Volume 1. So super excited to pick this up. I haven't been able to see it for the last couple weeks and it looks really, really beautiful. So I think just kind of like Freyren Beyond Journey's End, I'm really, really gonna like this one. But I gotta pack up, I gotta start driving because we gotta get to the next Barnes & Noble on my trip. We're at the next place and I don't know if it's just this sign, but this Barnes & Noble looks huge! So go ahead and call me a liar in the comments because once again, 2. Okay, so this one was kind of cool. The first one, not the coolest, but still very cool. Volume 8 of Kaguya-sama Love is War. Now I have the first 8 volumes of the series, but the one that I think is really, really cool that I found that I actually haven't seen, at least a volume 1 version of this series in a Barnes & Noble as of late. It's Tatsuki Fujimoto's Fire Punch. Now, if you know Chainsaw Man, maybe you read the one-shot Goodbye Eri, this is the same author, and I've heard great things about Fire Punch. I love Tatsuki Fujimoto. Glad to be growing his stuff in my collection. Can't wait for Look Back also to come out soon. Another one-shot he did. And so now we gotta go to the next one, I guess. This is gonna be number 4, I think. I borderline have a problem. I'm pretty sure that's a 2-story Barnes & Noble that I'm walking to right now for this next place. So I'm gonna get my hopes up and hope that there's a lot of manga. Okay, maybe I just have too many books or I've been to too many Barnes & Nobles today, but there wasn't really anything that exciting in there. It was kind of like disappointing, I think. I'll show you what I got. Again, that one was like kind of disappointing, but I mean, it's all good because I did find some things that, you know, were on my list and stuff of things that I would eventually want to get. One of them being Catch These Hands. So I was really excited about this at the beginning. This is a Yuri series, brand new. There's only 1 volume out right now in English, and I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it. I've heard some people like absolutely love it, but some people absolutely hate it. So I wanted to let it marinate like 2 or 3 more volumes before I start jumping into it. But honestly, with the selection, like, I just decided to, you know what, take this. And then also the other one, I haven't heard too many people talk about it. I think I've just heard 1 person talk about it and they just thought it was a lot of fun. So I don't really know if that classifies as like good or bad, but it's Crazy Food Truck. So this is a series, I think this is like post-apocalyptic potentially as well. And so like, I've been reading Saibiku Bisco and stuff like that, which is post-apocalyptic Japan, and so I'm thinking that I'm gonna be into this, and I think there's some comedy in this too, so I think it'll be kind of cool, and let's see what happens. Anyways, on to the next one. I'm in crunch time now. I should stop judging a book by its cover, no pun intended. I feel like this one's not gonna be that good, but we'll see. Oh, you already know. I'm buying light novels this store. So I'm actually just an idiot. It's only 50% off the light novels that have the stickers on them, and I bought 2 light novels that I really needed, and I'm really excited that I found them. And no matter what, I was gonna buy them, but I didn't get them 50% off. So let me get in the car and then I'll show you. Okay, so I got 3 volumes. 2 of them are light novels. 1 of them is manga. All 3 of them I have not really been able to find physically in stores, so I'm really excited about these. The first one is Can't Fear Our Own World, Bleach, the light novel. This is number 2. I own number 1, and you're able to find, in my opinion, especially after today so far, number 1 and number 3 pretty easily, but number 2, this is the first time I've seen it out in the wild. So I'm pretty happy about that one. And then we've also got Fly Me to the Moon Volume 2. Fly Me to the Moon Volume 2, I haven't started reading it yet, but it's so cute, and the premise is so cute. I'm gonna like it, I already know it. And so I've seen a lot of Volume 1s be reprinted recently, but Volume 2 is a completely different story. I haven't been able to find that. And then the last one is ReZero Volume 3, the light novel series. So I just read light novel number 1, and I really, really liked it so much that I have number 2 on the way in my recent Right Stuff order that's getting to me. And so I decided, you know what, I see number 3 right here. I thought it was gonna be 50% off, but it ended up not being 50% off. But that's okay. We've got 1 more store to go. I think I'm gonna be able to go to 1 more. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, let's go. Okay, so you may have noticed that I'm wearing a different outfit today, and that's because it's actually the next day. On my work trip, I'm not actually working today until later tonight. So I decided that you know, my hotel Wi-Fi is absolutely awful, so I'm gonna pop a shop at a Barnes & Noble that I haven't gone to yet, include it in this video, buy some manga, but then also get a lot of work done. Okay, so this is easily the biggest haul out of all the stores that I've done, and I made it bigger. I can't tell you exactly why yet, but it was cause of celebration, and so I've definitely, I treated myself. Treat yourself every once in a while. Anyways, I'm gonna show you some of these volumes. The first one, third volume of Fly Me to the Moon. We've already seen this. I've kind of already talked about it. I think it's real cute. Hunter x Hunter Volume 4. I'm starting to see it's like hit or miss with Hunter x Hunter volumes IRL. Like a lot of them are like 1 through 8 or so, and then it like trails off, and then it's kind of scattered a little bit between the volumes of the teens and low 20s, and then it's like high 20s to the end of where it's at right now is what I've been seeing in local stores. So glad I'm able to get the 4th volume. I now have the first 4 volumes of Hunter x Hunter, so I think I can get an adequate like assessment of whether I like the series or not and how it's going in the first 4 volumes. Then I got volume 10 of Black Clover. I haven't really shown Black Clover off in this video yet, but I love Black Clover, love the anime, and I've been loving the manga too. So I've now got the first 10 volumes, still got like 18 to go at the time of this recording. I think volume 29 is coming out either June or July, I'm not 100% sure. I did though start off getting the first volume of The Promised Neverland. Now, The Promised Neverland, I feel like personally, you can get pretty much anywhere, and it's a very popular manga series too. I know that the 2nd season of the anime doesn't actually exist, and so people will prefer the manga, the original source material, over the anime adaptation, except season 1 was really, really good in terms of the anime, people say. So I don't know much about this story. I've just seen the first couple episodes of the anime when we watched it as a community in Discord. I'm excited to start getting into it because I've heard it's a great series, especially the manga, so I'm excited to add it to my shelf. What I'm most excited for though is a volume that probably not a lot of people know about, or a series that not a lot of people know about, that personally for me, I absolutely love, that I was finally able to find this volume physically, and it is Love Me for Who I Am Volume 3. Now this is an LGBTQ story of a non-binary character, and they work at a maid cafe, and they don't really know if they're male or female, and it's a romance series as well, kind of not only for the person discovering who they are in terms of, you know, as their gender, of what they assign themselves, but also for the other character, the romantic partner, you know, kind of self-identifying in terms of where he fits. You know, maybe is he identify as LGBTQ, or, you know, it's kind of that discovery type of thing that I actually really, really liked in the first 2 volumes, and there's 5 volumes total in the series. 4 and 5 is pretty easy to find, but volume 3 I have not been able to get for a while, so I'm super excited to get it. And then the last one that I got is one that I'm also excited about too. It's the 4th volume of the Full Metal Alchemist series, the Full Metal versions, kind of like the collector's editions. These are hardback. These, in my opinion, are the way to get Full Metal Alchemist, because not only is it plentiful, you can find them at pretty much every store and a bunch of volumes at every single Barnes & Noble location, but the covers are just so gorgeous, and it's such a good quality. It reminds me a lot of the Soul Eater Perfect editions, for anyone who is wondering like what it feels like, what it is. So I'm very excited to get all those volumes. I may hit up one more store, one that I accidentally missed on the way here. Not 100% sure about that yet, but we'll do an overhaul of, I don't even know where this video is going. Anyways, we're just gonna keep having fun. Okay, so I have a morning to work, and I've been going to Barnes & Noble because the hotel Wi-Fi is trash. I'm on like the eastern part of Ohio, So I'm actually in Pennsylvania now at a Barnes & Noble. Didn't think I was going to Pennsylvania this trip. Okay, so I got 5 different ones. I actually had a coupon that they had sent in the mail. I think by the time this video goes up, the coupon is gonna be over, so there's no point really in telling you, but I saved like 25% off in total from them. And so I got a couple ones. The first ones, I'll show you right away. I got the newest release, oops, there's the cord. The newest release of Full Metal Alchemist Volume 17. This is the newest one that released, I think just this past week at the time of the recording. And then because I only need volume 6 to complete and be up to date, I decided to go ahead, snag volume 6, Full Metal Alchemist. I can now start reading the series since I have the first 17 volumes of that. But other stuff that I got Kaguya-sama Love is War volume 9, and so pretty excited about that. Love Kaguya-sama. And then also The Girl from the Other Side volume 3. I probably could have gotten a couple more volumes of this series because there were just so many Girl from the Other Side volumes at this store. This store was actually so good in terms of its stock. It had so much stuff. I wish I had seen it sooner, but glad I got to use the discount and buy a couple different books. And then also, I found this early. I've seen a lot on Twitter of people finding this volume on shelves really early, and it's Chainsaw Man Volume 11. This is the final volume of Chainsaw Man Part 1. Absolutely adore this series. If you do not know, maybe you're new here on this channel, it's my favorite series of all time. So Chainsaw Man, glad to have it. I'm super excited for Part 2 in this summer. So I think probably we'll stop at one more Barnes & Noble, and that's the one kind of like on the way home at the end of the trip. So well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe I'll see you then. Okay, so I think that this is the final Barnes & Noble of the video. I'm over on the way back home now. I told you I'd stop by a place on the way, and this might actually be a 2-story building. I don't know if it's just because the last couple I've been to have been 2 stories, but this looks, I mean, this looks like 2 stories. It's so tall. But anyways, hopefully we can find something. Hopefully we can get some good stuff to finish off strong. So it turns out that this Barnes & Noble is also 2-story, and I think I might move to Ohio because it's like all of them have been 2 stories. Okay, so I guess it wasn't on the 2nd floor? I don't know, I'm going back down. Well, not walk of shame. More like an escalator of shame, if that makes sense. I literally just don't have self-control. I just don't. I see books, I buy books. I see people on the internet talk about certain books. I see books in public, I get books. Okay, so I actually got 5 books that I'm really actually kind of excited about. Let's start off with stuff that we've already talked about in this video. I got the 2nd volume of The Promised Neverland because, well, I bought the 1st volume, so I might as well get the 2nd volume while it's available. The next one I'm actually really excited about. We haven't talked about it, and I don't own any of this manga, but I absolutely love its anime. I've seen all 3 of the seasons, and I'm super excited for the movie that's coming up. It is Teasing Master Tagaki-san. I've never seen volume 1 in public, and so I'm super excited to add this to my bookshelf. I love this series a lot. It's just so heartwarming. Maybe not something as heartwarming, but I got the 3rd and final novel volume of Bleach, Can't Fear Your Own World. I bought volume 1 and volume 2, and I'm pretty sure volume 2 is in this video and volume 1 is in another video. Anyway, my manga haul video is going to be insane for the month of May. Oh God. And but I thought it would be great to just complete the series right now, just get it over with. Now the next 2 I haven't really heard much about at all, but I've seen people on Twitter talking about them, so I thought, you know what, might as well jump in. This one, now this is titled Mizuno and Chayama. I don't know, but I've seen this cover. I've seen some people talk about this. This is a thick manga volume 2. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if this was like an omnibus adaptation or something. It's got over 400 pages inside of it, but I'm excited about this. I believe this is kind of a Yuri story of two students that aren't supposed to be together, but that is just very, very baseline. I might not really know what it is actually about, but I'm excited to read it because the cover looks beautiful. I love kind of the gold lettering alongside it and like the colored versions of the characters alongside a black and white background. I think that's really, really cool. And then one that actually has been, I think, like overshadowed because of Hunter x Hunter's return is Land of the Lustrous. Now, this is a series that I believe was also on hiatus, and I guess the big joke was that the creator, Haruko Ichikawa, or somebody important in making this series, put it on hiatus because they had way too many games on the PlayStation 5 to play. Don't know how valid that is. Don't know if it's actually true, but either way, I've heard incredible things about this series, how beautiful it is, how great it's written, and you know what? I'm glad that I found it because this is actually the first time that I've been able to find Land of the Lustrous Volume 1 in the wild, so I'm excited to take a gander at it. This weekend haul is just so big, and to cap off the month of May is insane. So make sure, hit subscribe on this channel, and the next video is going to be the month of May haul, which is incredible. Not only will it have this, but it has, I think, like 40 some or other volumes, and 10 of which were volumes made before 2005. Found a really, really cool kind of vintage haul, and so I'm excited to show those off. I hope to see you in the next video. But I mean, while you're still here, like, click on these over here. Like, I got other manga videos, and you know, YouTube recommendations can't be that bad, right? So just click on it. What could go wrong?